Hello everyone and welcome to Blues Fans TV. Now, as you know, Merry Christmas by the way. As you know, it is Arsenal versus Chelsea on Sunday. Huge game, and I am with my darling Lee Judges. We actually get along really well, me and Lee, don't we? We're in a little group chat. We speak on occasion. If I ever need advice or I've got a problem, I'm like, Lee, help me.
His experience.
Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to get Lee on because a lot of you guys like him. I like him, but a lot of you guys like him. They think you've got very insightful thoughts, which is important, Lee, if I'm being honest. That's exactly. And he talks a lot of sense. And actually, you're not too biased, I don't think, when it comes to these previews.
No, hopefully not.
No. But yeah, me and Lee have been doing previews for a few years now. So you may have seen him on the channel before. If not, head over to Aftv. You'll see him on there as well. So let's talk about it then. It's a huge game. The Chelsea-Arsenal rivalry. It may not be. I don't think it's as much as say Chelsea-Tottenham or Arsenal-Tottenham.
No.
But because it's a bit of a weird thing. Like if Arsenal are playing Tottenham, we want Arsenal to win. If Chelsea are playing Tottenham, you prefer Chelsea to win over Tottenham, wouldn't you?
All day long.
Yeah, exactly. But there is still a rivalry there, and it does go back years. Having said that, we're very unpredictable when we play each other. I mean, Arsenal had the upper hand for a few years at the Emirates, and then you look at, say, I don't know, the Europa League final, and we just sort of ran all over you. So
thanks for that.
No, I know, but we've got to be honest here. I never know how these games are going to turn out.
No, I must admit. Listen, Chelsea at this moment in time are going to be favourites.
You reckon? Do you reckon?
Listen, if Chelsea play like they did against Spurs, then it's easy picking for you guys.
But then what if we play like we did against Southampton? Completely different games.
Unbelievable, that really. You must be a bit disappointed about that one, because I thought you might have from there.
I mean, he played he played 3 at the back and then two wing backs, so 5 defenders on the pitch. But and that for me, I don't think you do against Southampton. I don't think you need to do that against Southampton. They're bottom of the table. They've been struggling all season. I never think they're going to get relegated, Southampton, because they always seem to pull something out of the bag. But that is a game we should have easily won, and we didn't. We couldn't even score a goal.
No,
so that's what worries me.
I think with Frank Lampard, I think you're going to get that. He's still learning. So, it's all right saying he's going to be this and that, but he's still going to have to make mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of them. But listen, I was a Chelsea fan last Sunday, when he was playing Spurs.
Yeah.
And I was more than impressed. I thought he was fantastic on the day. Made Spurs look poor.
Yeah.
Which we all like to see.
We did, but I think in that game, and I said this to Robbie when we did our preview for Aftv, that I think Frank knew how Mourinho thought. He knows how he thinks. He's trained with him. He was his manager. They won the Premier League together, and I think he just had the upper hand. And I also think he got the players for the first time in years geared up for that game, because we haven't won against them since 2012, and I was there. So I've had many trips to White Hart Lane when it's been crap, and to beat them in their stadium was fantastic. But then when we go to Arsenal, I've not had the same experience at the Emirates. I've had some really, really bad days at the Emirates, especially when I have to go and speak to Robbie after.
Oh, terrible, that.
And we've just been crap, do you know what I mean? Even if we have had parts of the games where we've been better against you, we've still not come out with a win. And that's what worries me. No matter how bad you've performed recently, whether you don't think you improved against Bournemouth, do you? But I mean, whatever, I don't think that makes any difference when we come to play you, personally.
Chelsea Arsenal games have always been a bit intense over the years. I think this one, probably 2 young managers now. Probably 2 of the young managers, so no one really knows what Arteta's going to be like. I think when you played Tottenham the other day, I think because it was a Mourinho factor, all that Chelsea were more and more geared to win that game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always like that.
Because no one, let's be honest, Chelsea fans don't really like Mourinho no more.
I like him, okay? Listen,
you cannot like him.
I do. Do you know why? Because I'll never ever hate somebody who's given us Premier League trophies and also gave us sort of some of our first Premier League trophies. I physically just don't understand how you can hate a manager like that. But I will say, and I think Mourinho's even said this, the love story's over once you go to the other side. So will I boo him? No. Will I cheer for him? Obviously not, because he's our biggest rivals ever, in my opinion. So no, I wouldn't. But I do agree that was a main factor, one of the factors, apart from obviously we played fantastic football, but that I think translated to how your mindset is at the time, and we obviously were very geared up for it. Arsenal, on the other hand, it's very, very unpredictable. I mean, will David Luiz be in the side, do you reckon?
I
was laughing at Lee when they were back when they signed him. I was like, guys, not a good signing, not a good signing. He's very, very unpredictable, and you've seen that now.
Yeah, you've given us two great Chelsea players over the last sort of few years, Petr Cech and David Luiz. So thank you very much.
I'm stitched you right up.
Stitched us right up. Right, we give you Ashley Cole, you give us William Gallas.
No, but you know what? If you'd have got David Luiz after his first spell at Chelsea, that would have been a good signing for you. When he came back to Chelsea after his PSG spell, he wasn't the same player. And I've always said this about David Luiz. He's 10 times more of a better midfielder than he is a defender. But there are so many amazing midfielders in the Premier League, so he's not going to get in ahead of them.
No. Do you think he'll get a good reception from the Chelsea fans?
It's hard to say, really. I don't think... Do you know what? I don't think he'll get booed. I don't think he'll get clapped. I don't think it'll be anything. Because he's
that tells you everything then.
No, because
because
when he left to go to PSG and he came back to the Bridge for the Champions League, he celebrated a goal against us. So we sort of know how he thinks.
Yeah.
And I would if the miracle happens and he scores a goal on Sunday for you, you never know. I expect he'll celebrate. You know, I don't think he thinks of things that way. But it's going to be an interesting game, and I'd be... Who do you think you're going to put out? Who are the main players that you think you should put out in order to get the upper hand?
Well, I think if we've got any chance of winning this game, you're going to... might think I'm silly here. Martinelli has got to play. He's only 18 years of age, Brazilian.
Is he fit?
Well, hopefully he will be, you know, because he is going to be one hell of a player for us. You know, obviously Aubameyang. And it depends who he's going to play out on the right-hand side of it. You know, we're going to get Pepe, or we're going to
What do you think of him so far?
Been in and out, really. You know,
because especially Troop's buzzing when you signed him.
Yeah, you know, I think everybody was, because you know, Arsenal don't sign many big players, and so for Arsenal to sign a big player who's going to be exciting, you know, like with Chelsea, you're used to those sort of players being signed. Yeah, we're not.
But I do also think that the best way in the Premier League these days, because you see a lot of players come over from other leagues and they're fantastic in those, they come to Premier League. The Premier League is so different. Yeah. And everyone laughs at me when I say if Barcelona played in the Premier League every single season, guaranteed they wouldn't win it every single season, because say you lose against, I don't know, Burnley one week, or you draw against Burnley, your confidence goes. And once your confidence goes, that's it. Yeah. In other leagues, their confidence is sky high because they hardly ever lose. You know, they haven't got the competition. So I do think that the way the Premier League should go, and the way Arsenal should go, and everyone else, is you should try and bring up as many of your youth players as possible to save money, and they're going to want to play more. Yeah,
and that's what Chelsea have had to do.
And we've been good.
And it's worked, you know, and Arsenal, I think, doing that as well. I think it's always tough with Chelsea, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, and then down the road. We're all playing. There's so many derby games, so there's always a lot of tough games. You know, as I say, like, you know, our main one probably is Spurs, but it's probably for you now it's Spurs as well.
Yeah, it is.
But like the Arsenal Chelsea game, still a tough game. Yeah, still a tough game, and unfortunately, I wouldn't have thought at the beginning of the season, if I'll be honest, I didn't think Chelsea would do as well as they have done.
No, me neither. I said
I'm
top
going to
7.
say that, you know,
we're only halfway through.
So they've done really well. So I felt a lot more confident turning Chelsea over on this game. But after watching what you've done against Spurs, the way things are going at the Arsenal, Chelsea are going to, I think, come down to the Emirates with a bit of bullish attitude.
But I hope we do, because normally when I'm at the Emirates in these Premier League games, it's the first 45 minutes is you just going at us constantly, and that's how in effect really that's how we lose the game, because we can't really come back from that. I think at home, if that happens, it's different. You can try and pull something back. You've got the crowd behind you. You're in your own backyard. But when you're away from home, although our away record is very good this year, I think it's a bit different, and I always say the Arsenal games at the Emirates are very, very different. Me and Robbie were actually talking about it. Actually, there's a stat where we've actually lost more games than you. However, we're 4th and you're 11th because you've drawn so many games. So it's actually very hard to tell. What's your prediction? What are you going for?
Well, my prediction is that, listen, Chelsea have done well away from home, because I think where they are experienced is at the back. They've got some good defenders.
Have you seen Tomori this year? He's been insane.
Yeah, they've got some
really good.
You know, like the young.
Rudiger's now
the
back.
Young right back who's been playing. We talked
Reece
about
James.
I'm very, very impressed. So that's why Chelsea are doing well away from home. It's different when you're playing at home, because obviously teams, when you're playing at home, I'd imagine that teams are going to Stamford Bridge and putting 5, 6 people, 7 behind the ball. Yeah. And it's harder to break down. When you're at home, when you're away, when you can defend properly, which is what Chelsea do, then they can can hit us on the break.
Yeah.
Now Arsenal can't defend. And
sometimes I watch it and I'm like,
yeah,
really? I'm
So-
like, surely they know they could do better than that. Do you know what I mean?
And the worrying thing from our thing, because we're at home, we will attack you, and that will leave us well exposed at the back. And you know, Chelsea, I think for that reason, are going to be difficult to beat. So
What's your score prediction?
Heart's always going to say Arsenal, like, you know. So I'm going to say like Arsenal will nick it 2-1.
No, really? That's what Robbie said.
But my head,
I was so shocked about that. Hit my elbow.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be too shocked if Chelsea come away with a win.
I'm going to go, and this might upset a lot of my viewers. I'm so sorry, Blues fans, TV fans, but I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1.
And do you know what? Had our Southampton game been different, and we'd have scraped a draw or win, whatever, I would have said that. But it was very worrying, and I always worry when we go to the Emirates because, like I said, I've not had many good memories up there. Yeah, the Europa League final was insane, but the Emirates is a different ballgame. And I think you've been poor lately. I think Chelsea are very unpredictable. I'm not sure how we're going to set. If we set up with five at the back like we have been, or 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, then I don't think we're going to win this game. I think the way to beat you is to go into attack. Whether there's goals either end, I think the way to beat you is going to be because you've got such a strong attack. So I think if we sit back and we just allow you to keep going at us, but that's not worked in the past. We've conceded against you. So I'm going to go with 1-1. I hope Chelsea get a late winner and it goes 2-1. But that's where I am at the moment. That's purely because of what I saw against Southampton. I am a little bit worried. Anyway, guys, thank you to Lee for coming on. If you want to watch more of him, he's on Aftv quite regularly. We'll see you after for a post-match interview on Sunday. I'm going to do a preview with Robbie now, and I think so is Lewis as well. We're going to be going through some of our Arsenal-Chelsea memories. Anyway, comment below and please subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you like these videos, and I will see you Sunday.